Thank you to AG1 for sponsoring a portion of today's video. As homemakers, we often have to make decisions about where to spend and where to save. So in today's video, I want to share some thrift store finds, budget-friendly recipes, and more. Shopping secondhand is not only a fun hobby of mine, it's such an amazing way to save money while finding beautiful things for our home and for our family. So let me show you what I found on my most recent trip. So I found a few gems on this thrifting trip and I thought I'd share them with you. First one being this super adorable gingham red bolster pillow. Immediately when I saw it, I thought, how cute would this be at Christmas time on our couch or on a bed? I mean, it's like the perfect size. This was $2. Their prices are amazing. I love the little white piping on it. But honestly, I mean, this could be used year round. It doesn't have to just be for Christmas time. I just don't typically decorate with red other than, during Christmas. So I love that. I thought it was so cute. Then I found this basket. Always look in the basket section for sure. This was $1 and I love the shape of it, the size. I love the scalloping. I love anything that has this kind of a scalloped edge to it. I'm actually going to use this in replacement of a basket that I already have that I like to put in like muffins or bread, to keep it on the counter or to serve when we have guests. I'll put biscuits in it. So this is a perfect little swap. Then because I was with my boys when I went, they picked up a couple things. My son found this sweatshirt, which is actually really nice. It's a Crew Cuts sweatshirt, so a J. Crew Kids. And it's perfect. It's in his size. It reminds him of Peter Parker, so he loved it. And then my little toddler picked up a pair of sunglasses. I think they gave these to him for free, but they're really cute. They're orange and blue, and they have like little lightning bolts on the frames, so I thought those are perfect for summer. And then for my daughters, I grabbed this. I don't know who's gonna actually get it, but it's a really nice quality Land's End little like tote bag. So it's zippered and then has a little button enclosure in the front. And the pattern is very like woodland, sort of wintry. There's pine trees and like elk or something on it. I think there's also a wolf. So I don't know, I kind of thought about tucking it away for Christmas and sticking it in someone's stocking, but then my girls saw it in my pile of things, so I don't quite know who's gonna get it, but one of them will use it. And that was also $2. And then I also found this adorable straw bag, also for $2, and also with the scalloping. I can't resist it. I love it anytime I see it. So it's just the sweetest little like summer bag. And it feels very thin, but it does have a zipper inside. So it's fully lined and it has a good quality zipper with a cute little tassel. So I thought one of them could carry that around this summer, but honestly, I could use it too if I wanted to just stick a couple things in there. Again, I just can't get over the adorable little details on that. And then while I was in that bag section finding those two, I found this lovely Ralph Lauren duffel bag for $5. It doesn't look like it was even used, but it's got the little tag that you could write your information on. Just a lovely kind of like weekender bag. It's like the perfect getaway size for a weekend, but again, it doesn't even hardly look like it was used at all. There's no marking whatsoever on the bottom. And I can't resist that classic hunter green with the cognac brown. It was meant to be mine. And then second to last, I have one more thing that I have been looking for specifically, and I'm so excited that I found it. But this was another item. It's huge, so I'm backing up to show it to you. I had been scouring the internet looking for one of these basket beds when we got our puppy, who's now 1. He's not really a puppy anymore. I mean, he is, but he is unfortunately too big for this basket. It's large, it's very good sized, but he can sit in it, but he really couldn't like lay down in it. So I was kind of bummed, but seriously, I spent so much time looking for this specific style and shape. And I looked on Marketplace, I looked for them even new, and they basically new were so expensive. And again, none of them were even quite big enough because I knew he was gonna get bigger. Anyways, this was only $5. It was worth it to bring it home and see if he would fit in it. And it's just a little bit too small. So it's beautiful. I mean, I could save it and use it to store blankets or something. I just don't have a great spot for it if it's not going to be a pet bed. So I think I am going to try to resell this, just put it up on Marketplace, and hopefully somebody is looking for it, or it's someone that is looking for it like I was. Hopefully this will go to a good home. So lastly, I found the perfect little side table that I had been looking for, again, on Marketplace for months. We had a round side table next to the chair in our living room in like around Christmas time, and it had a top that would tilt down, which in theory isn't a good idea. You can kind of collapse it and put it against a wall when you're not using it. But in application, it weakened the joint of the top and it broke. So we haven't had a side table next to our armchair in our living room for months. And so I had been looking for one, and I really just wanted something very petite. I didn't want something big, and I didn't want something with a tilt top because I was, again, afraid that it was going to break again. So after no luck finding something online, I walked into the thrift store. And there it was, pretty much the exact size that I have been looking for, with an oval top, which is perfect because it's very space saving. This is definitely more of a plant stand than a side table because it does come up a little bit higher than the arm, but it's totally fine for me. We just really needed somewhere to put a mug, put a book. When we are sitting there, it's definitely a favorite chair in the house and gets used all the time. So I wanted a little side table there. And this was the perfect one. It was $15, so definitely a good price. I was so happy to find it, and it just fits in perfectly. I want to break away for just 1 minute to share with you today's video sponsor, AG1. It has been over 2 years now that I have been incorporating AG1 into my morning routine, and it has been one of the best and easiest things I've done to care for my own health. With 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients, AG1 is the all-in-one drink that helps support your body's nutritional needs. We do try to eat healthy at home and focus on whole food ingredients, but I know my diet isn't perfect, and AG1 helps to fill in any nutritional gaps. Created from a decade's worth of research, AG1 features carefully sourced ingredients in a blend that's packed with vitamins, probiotics, stress adaptogens, and superfoods in a highly absorbable, bioavailable formula. It's just 1 scoop in 12 ounces of water every day. It couldn't be easier. If you are interested in trying AG1 for yourself, you can scan the QR code in the bottom left corner or head to my description box down below. You can get a free 1-year supply of their vitamin D3K2 plus 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Speaking of our living room, I had been wanting to add blinds back to our windows for a couple years now, ever since we had them replaced. So I finally saved up and ordered these cordless bamboo Roman shades off of Amazon. They came in quite a few different widths, so I was able to find the ones I needed for the side windows and the wider width to cover the middle one. It only took my husband, I think, less than 10 minutes to install them, and I just absolutely love how they are cordless. They're so easy to raise up and down, and they just add that finishing touch that I've been wanting, and they really complement our vintage Ralph Lauren curtains that I also found on Facebook Marketplace a couple years ago. Something else I recently added to our sofa is this gingham sofa pad. It's something I never really thought of before, but thank you, Pinterest. I realized that this would be a perfect solution for me because I'm always trying to protect our couch from 4 kids and a dog. And normally I just use a throw blanket, I just throw it over. But this will hopefully stay in place a little bit better. I can still put a throw blanket on the back of the couch. And of course, it just adds a little bit of cushion and some cute pattern. Let's head into the kitchen and make a thrifty batch of muffins. I'm sure, like most households, we often have overripe bananas to use up. So I tried out a new recipe that calls for blending rolled oats into oat flour, and then you mix that in with the regular flour and other dry ingredients. For the wet ingredients, you'll need a stick of softened butter, and then it called for a cup of sugar, but I adjusted to only 2/3 cup, and it was plenty sweet, especially with the sweet, ripe bananas. The other way that this differs from my typical banana muffin recipe is that it calls for a 1/2 cup of sour cream, which adds a really nice flavor and moist texture. These did take a little longer to bake though, around a full half hour, I'd say, but they were delicious, and again, they were plenty sweet even with that slight adjustment. And I can link the recipe I used down below. Our white azalea bush is now in full bloom just 1 week later, and I was so excited to see these pink azaleas that I bought on clearance last summer also were in bloom. I thought they were supposed to be dark pink like this one rogue flower, so I was pleasantly surprised to see that they're actually a beautiful light pink with darker stripes. I just absolutely love having flowers in our house, and spring is the perfect opportunity to save money on buying them and just simply pick what we have growing on our own property. Lastly, I want to share a delicious, inexpensive, and super easy lunch recipe that I've been making a lot recently. They're these cheesy tuna patties, but I've also made them with canned salmon, and you can even use canned chicken, which I haven't tried yet, but I definitely plan to make when everyone is home this summer. On top of being so easy and so cheap, these patties are also a protein powerhouse with over 30 grams of protein each. And they are so easy to reheat in the air fryer, and they get nice and crispy. The recipe is also very adaptable if you want to add some diced veggies or other seasonings, but the basic recipe calls for 3 cans of tuna, 2 eggs, and about a 1/4 cup of shredded cheese. We like to save our bacon grease, which saves money, but is also delicious, and I love to cook these in it, but you can also use butter or olive oil. I like to make 3 large patties, but you can really make them any size you'd like. They only need about 5 minutes on each side, and they would be perfect to meal prep. Like I mentioned, they reheat really easily, or you can even just eat them cold. Again, with summer coming up, I'm always thinking of easy, high-protein meals we can all enjoy. Well, thank you so much for watching today. If you are new here, I make a new video every Thursday about living a beautiful life at home, and I'd love for you to subscribe. Take care.